guys, welcome back to the channel. I know you probably really hate it in here. I know, there's nothing to look at, it's just me. I get it, I do. I just finished watching Breaking Bad season 4 episode. I just finished watching Breaking Bad season 4 episode 3, and it was pretty good. First, we're going to talk about Skyler. Skyler was amazing this episode. Skyler revealed that she's actually a lot like Walt. She has the same pride issues that Walt has, and that has been made obvious this episode. I've been saying that since season 1, that Skyler has that same pride that Walt has. I've been saying that. And so she has this whole thing with Mr. Eyebrows or whatever, because she's trying to buy the car wash so they can money launder, turn their bad money into clean money. And Walt's doubting her, and she's playing all these mind games with the guy. She is so hilarious. She outsmarts even Saul. So they were trying to figure out a legal way to kind of, cause some trouble so he feels forced to sell his business. They're trying to cause some trouble for him. Saul's like, we can beat him up. We can threaten him. We'd be like, oh, it'd be a shame if something happened to your business. All of these things. And Skyler's like, no, we have to do this in a legal way that protects the innocent. So she looks in a law book and finds the ever most obscure law to get this guy on. The pH levels of his sewage coming out of his car wash. So they did end up, they're in a position where the guy is selling them the car wash now. I just thought it was funny that the way Walt finally agreed to buying the car wash was Skyler was like, oh yeah, like he said, you wasn't shit, you're half a man, you had to send your woman over here to handle business, blah, 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 blah. And Walt's like, okay, yeah, this one. But I do think Skyler's words will come to be very impactful for the end of this series because she warns Walt. The devil is in the details. I feel like that's going to come up. There's all these things that Walt is trying to overlook, that Skyler's trying to tell him, like, hey, think about it. We're poor. I'm still living life as if we're poor. I asked for an extension for the gas bill. I asked for this, I asked for that. I'm still operating as if we're poor. And Walt's like, okay, yeah, maybe you do have a point. And she's like, yeah. And he's like, whatever. I don't think he's going to take that much heed to that. Because where Skyler is completely grounded in logic, she hates breaking the law, but if she's going to break the law, she's going to do it in a way that's safe, where she feels as if she won't get caught. She's being cautious. The problem with Walt is he doesn't mind flying too close to the sun. He's not cautious at all. I mean, look at where he's gotten throughout the series. He's been put in so many dangerous situations because of his ambition. He's got the Julius Caesar complex. Next thing, Maria's batshit crazy. I say that very sarcastically. She obviously has a mental disorder. When she gets too stressed, she finds the need to be a kleptomaniac. Now this lying and stuff, this is new. It started off, we saw in the beginning of the series, she lied about the stealing. But now she's fabricating these lies for herself just to escape from her reality. Hank is being a piece of shit. Hank is being a terrible husband. Okay? He's taking out his own, his fall off. He's taking that out on her. He's bedridden. He's, he can't do much for himself. He feels pathetic. And so he's taking all of that pain that he feels about himself out on Marie, the only person who is going to stick with him, and who's going to tolerate that. And so, of course, she slips back into her kleptomania habits. Of course, she's trying to escape the situation in any way that she can. We see when the officer, after she steals little knickknacks and whatnot, the officer's like, do you want to go home? That's when she bursts into tears because, no, she does not want to go home. She does not want to be home. Home is where her problems are because of fucking Hank. And what it just made me, it made me kind of sad because for real, like it really do be women sticking by men through thick and thin and getting the fucking heat for it. You know what I mean? Like instead of you appreciating that the woman's there, you instead, oh, since she's here, I'm going to take out my pain on her. That shit is disgusting. Men need to do better because that's not just a Breaking Bad thing. That's a in real life thing that men do. And it's so aggravating. So yeah, Marie, we see at the end that Hank picks up the drug book. So, you know, there was no, since this was a very on the spot kind of quick death, poor Gale. Again, like I really feel for him. Since this was a quick, unexpected death, there was no way to clean up the crime scene. No way at all. So the DEA has custody of shit that was in Gale's house, such as his lab notes. So it looks like we will be getting Hank back in the next coming episodes. He's going to try and get back in it. You know, he can't walk right now, but he's going to get there eventually. So, you know, we're going to see him kind of pick up more interest back in the meth, get back in the game, and try and get this shit solved. Which is good because I didn't want Walt to be caught without Hank being on the force. Hank definitely needs to be on the force for this because I think there's only 5 seasons. So I got 2 seasons left, guys, of this show. And I'm so excited to see how it ends. So Skyler was on her boss bitch shit this episode, staking out, like, Holly's in the back seat, like, what the fuck's going on? While Skyler's posted up watching this car wash. Hilarious. And I love how Skyler's involved now. I like what it's doing to her character. I like how much it's revealing about her character. Do I still hold her to her whole morals? Do I still hold her to that shit? I do. But at the same time, I do like how this situation is kind of expanding her character so we can see more of what she's like. Again, she's pretty similar to Walt, but just a little smarter because she's a woman. Now let's get on to Jesse. Very sad case. After killing an innocent man, I guess it matters. What matters is the fact that he was completely innocent. He didn't do nothing to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that is what's fucking Jesse up the most. Besides the death of Andrea's little brother, it's probably that and that being his fault, on top of him having to kill Gale. You saw how much that broke Jesse's heart. Gale really did not deserve it. I feel sad, like really sad whenever I think about Gale's death. Because he really didn't deserve that. Like, he died so sad. Like, he's like, don't do this, I have money, that was sad. I really can't, that's the one death I can't get over. Anyways, now Walt and Jesse are under surveillance in the lab. We're going to see where that leads. Maybe via the footage, Gus can teach someone or is going to learn how to cook meth himself. I don't know what's going to happen, guys. I'm just hoping that Walt's family is left out of it and is safe, because they really don't deserve that. But anyways, I'm going to hop on to the next episode. Saul is great, funny character, and he's a goat. You can depend on him. He didn't give up Jesse's location. He's just a goat. I fucking love Saul. Anyways, next episode.